Since then, it has multiplied to over 2,000 locations all across the United States of America. For the past 8 years, it is the leading restaurant chain as far as gross revenue. For the past 8 years, it has been the highest revenue grossing fast food chain in the world. And if you haven't caught on yet, I'm talking about Chick-fil-A. There's so much to like about Chick-fil-A. Everybody has a good experience at Chick-fil-A. Started by devout Southern Baptists. Did you know that even in their company's corporate mission statement, that their mission statement on their corporate material, website and all says this: to glorify God and be good stewards of all that we have. That is its corporate mission. There's so much to like about Chick-fil-A. I've even asked some friends of mine who are investors about Chick-fil-A, and they said it's one of the hardest franchises to purchase. Do you know why? Because Chick-fil-A, you can't just purchase their franchise if you have the money. They want to check your account statements. They want to know if you are a routine giver. They want to know if you give 10% of your earnings toward a local church. Some of y'all can't purchase Chick-fil-A for that, but they want to know if you are a supporter of the local church. You can't just come and purchase Chick-fil-A. I like a lot about Chick-fil-A, and I haven't even gotten to their food yet. You can go into a Chick-fil-A, they say, how are you doing? Get your name. You can use their Wi-Fi for free. The restaurants are clean. They say things like, my pleasure. They treat you so good at Chick-fil-A. If you ever go there and there's a busy line, you know what they'll do? They have both drive-thrus open. They'll even send somebody outside to expedite the process, to make the order go faster. They're not like some of these places with lines full and only 2 registers open, like Walmart. Chick-fil-A, they make the experience so good. And I haven't even gotten to the food yet. Have y'all had their lemonade? Something about Chick-fil-A lemonade. And the lemonade machine is never broke. It's always working. McDonald's. Chick-fil-A is just so good. And you now down to the food. Did any of y'all like waffle fries? Ooh. Love waffle fries. And then they're not like other fast food establishments. If you get a big order and you say, excuse me, I have a big order. Can I have some more sauce? They say, sure. My pleasure. They don't say that'll be 50 cents for extra sauce. I love me some Chick-fil-A. But you know, the one thing that I can't stand about Chick-fil-A, there's one, if I had to write one bad review about Chick-fil-A, it's simply, and everybody that loves Chick-fil-A, if you would go to Yelp and read the reviews, people that love Chick-fil-A will often have this one thing to say. It's closed on Sundays. Ain't that just messed up? Sundays are the perfect days for Chick-fil-A. I mean, right when you get out of church, you want something good and quick, but not too fast food. Sundays are the perfect day, but Chick-fil-A's are all closed on Sundays. That's usually the one bad review that you can always get from Chick-fil-A. That on Sundays you could never get anything from Chick-fil-A. This passage that I just read before you today is Jesus' one bad review. If you would read all throughout the New Testament, no story sounds as bad as this one story in Matthew 15. If you would look to people who even love Jesus, love the Gospels, love the Scriptures, they have a hard time reading Matthew 15. Most of them try not to defend it. They often overlook it, won't even preach it, because this is Jesus' one bad review. Matthew chapter 15. It starts off so common. Verse 21, it says, Jesus withdrew. He withdrew. Jesus is known for withdrawing to certain areas. He would often withdraw in the morning away from the crowds to solitary places to pray. He often would escape from the hustle and bustle of healing, teaching, and ministry. He would often withdraw by himself to pray. This time he withdrew, as was his custom, but this time he withdrew with his disciples. Jesus would many times draw many crowds of thousands of people, and they would bring their lame, their sick, and their dead, and he would have to heal them all. But after that, he would often take his disciples aside and withdraw. But he would get his one-on-one time with them, his time of teaching and renewal. You know, sometimes you need a day of rest. He would move from a day of ministry and healing to a time of rest and renewal with his disciples. He withdrew, and if you would parallel this withdrawing to Mark chapter 7, the same exact story, Mark adds these words, and he would not have no man to know it. He withdrew to a certain place and did not want anyone to know it. Where did he withdraw to? To this area known as Tyre and Sidon. Now, we don't know Tyre and Sidon because we're the Americans, but Tyre and Sidon was a pagan area. It was a place for Gentiles, for Greeks. If you know anything about Old Testament, Sidon was the birthplace of Jezebel. She was the son of the king of Sidon. And if you know anything about Jezebel, Jezebel pledged her allegiance to the god Baal, little g. The little g god of Baal. Tyre and Sidon were Gentile areas. Many prophets and priests of Baal were located there. And even other nuanced gods known as Melkart. Tyre and Sidon was a rich province. They had a lot of money, a lot of wealth. They had the place where that dye known as purple came from, that royal area. It was very expensive to live in Tyre and Sidon. And Jesus withdrew and retreated to this expensive Greek pagan area where he could be inconspicuous, you know, like celebrities do. If you want a break, go to a foreign area where folk don't know your name, where you can just be normal, where you can rest and renew in peace. But sure enough, Jesus could not be hid. Even in the pagan area, Jesus is identified. Verse 22, it says, a Syrophoenician woman, a Canaanite, a Greek woman, not only spotted him, but she identified him. And she came to him with a need. And even in a rich area, in a Gentile area, a place with much wealth and prosperity, surprise, they still need Jesus. Jesus is even still needed in this area. In this Gentile pagan territory, a woman from that vicinity, from that coast, comes up and says, Lord, Son of David, have mercy on me. She knows who he is. She spots him, calls out his name, knows his identity. Lord, Son of David, have mercy on me. As she's crying out to this man named Jesus, it says that he did something. Verse 23. He did what you do when someone calls you on your off day. He didn't answer the phone. Verse 23 says, as she's calling out for him, he said not a a word. Maybe it's her bad timing. She came and called out to him during this time of rest and renewal, during his mini vacation, on his off day with his disciples. But nevertheless, she called out to him, and he did not say a word. But it kept on continuing. Verse 23 continues on, and she kept on crying out, so much so that the disciples started getting the attention of Jesus. They said, Lord, this woman keeps crying out after us. Send her away. Dismiss her. Get rid of her. For literally, if you will read that in its original language, it said she keeps crying out, screaming out behind us. As we can't focus, she's a nuisance, and she's crying out behind us. As we're following you, she's behind us, keeps on crying out as a nuisance behind us. The disciples say, get rid of her. Verse 23. And Jesus had this answer. He said, I was sent only to the lost sheep of Israel. I was sent only to the lost sheep of Israel. Jesus is the fulfillment of Old Testament prophecy. The promised Messianic king from Genesis all the way through Malachi. He was the expected king that the Old Testament priests had been waiting for. And he was making his way toward the lost sheep of Israel. Those who were expecting him. Those who were in covenant with the one God, Yahweh, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And Jesus says, I have been called to these people of Israel. Maybe that's the reason why this woman is being ignored. After all, she's a pagan. She worships pagan false gods from the area of the Gentile territory where they primarily worship Baal. And this woman still does something even more resounding. She comes and she gets in front of Jesus. Falls down on her knees. And she worships, some translations say. She cried out, Lord, help me. She prays my favorite go-to prayer. Lord, help me. When everything else you can't get nothing through. All these fancy titles, Son of David, Lord, this, and crying out. Sometimes you have to pray those basic 3 words. Lord, help me. No fancy introductions. No good seminary speech. No fancy sayings. No, follow our Lord and Savior Jesus, who is the Christ. How we pray, Lord, help me. Sometimes you get to that point in life where you have to just drop down to your knees and just have a 3-word prayer. Lord, help me. That simple 3-word prayer gets Jesus' attention. He looks at this woman and he tells us this saying, it's not right to take the children's bread and toss it to their dogs. It's not right to take the children's bread and toss it to their dogs. Now, if we stop right here, you can see why this might be Jesus' worst Yelp review. Do you all know what Yelp is? Yelp is a company that's a consumer rating company. For example, if you want to visit a destination or restaurant, you can check their reviews on Yelp. If you had a bad experience at a restaurant, you can go and say, you know what, I'm going to give them a bad review on Yelp. You can rate these companies 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stars, and they'll rate their companies. It's a company that has expanded. It's based in San Francisco, where every mainstream business and corporation has a Yelp review. Now you see why this might be Jesus' worst Yelp review. I remember I was visiting Princeton University. I was looking into their doctoral program, so I got to see and visit their campus and meet their professors and sit in classrooms. And I was sitting in one lecture of a lady who I heard about her testimony. She was a very smart professor. She was educated. She had read all 14 volumes of German theologians Karl Barth's Church Dogmatics. These 14 volumes are about this big. She had read all 14 and then converted to Christianity after reading all those. I sat in her classroom, and her lecture series was on the complexities of Jesus. She was talking about the complexities of the Son of Man. And she kept saying this line, come on, y'all. He can't be that good. Surely he can't be that good. And she reached the conclusion that Jesus had issues. That Jesus had anger problems. Anger issues. That he had issues that he couldn't be as good as we make him out to be. And she cited Matthew 15 for his treatment of this woman right here. He ignored her. He called this woman a dog. Surely he can't be that good. She even said, talking about his anger problems, because he was the one who cursed the fig tree. Because this Jesus can't be that good. He called a Syrophoenician woman a dog. He got to have issues. This can't be this good Jesus that we worship, that we uphold. If you would write the Yelp review for this young lady, you could surely understand it. Go to verse 23. What's our first Yelp review? She walked in the establishment and she was completely ignored. You don't want to walk into any business and be ignored. She was ignored by Jesus. He did not say a word, verse 23. What's our second Yelp review we can write down? She was mistreated by the employees. The disciples were very nasty to her. They even tried to get rid of her, saying, Lord, get her away from us. She's bothering us. Get rid of this nuisance behind us. Yelp review number 3. What can we also write? That the manager, was very unaccommodating. You know what he told her? I was called to the lost sheep of Israel. I got better things to do than to be worried about you. You're not my customer. I'm focused on other stuff. You don't want to walk into any type of establishment and a manager be unaccommodating. She was ignored. She was treated bad by the employees. And even the manager was unaccommodated. And then he had the nerve to reference a dog. That's the worst Yelp review that you can leave for an establishment. Think about it. Compare all this for a healing, for a mother who's pleading on behalf of her daughter, who's demon possessed. We just celebrated Mother's Day, and any good mother would plead on behalf of their child. All this for a healing, for a mother who's pleading on behalf of her daughter. Compare it to other healings that Jesus had done. Mark chapter 5, Jairus came to Jesus on behalf of his daughter. Pleaded, Lord, come with me to my house because my daughter is near the point of death. And you know what Jesus did? He went right along. But no, it's because this Jairus was a man. But on the way to see Jairus, he was interrupted by a woman. And this woman had an issue of blood. And she interrupted Jesus as he's walking with Jairus. And she tugged at his garment, took a healing without Jesus even knowing it. She just grabbed it from him until Jesus had to stop and say, who touched me? This woman got her healing by interrupting Jesus, and she touched his garment. All this for a healing. But then Luke chapter that Jesus' heart went out to her. Jesus came, interrupted the funeral, touched the coffin, and then the son got up out of the coffin, and she presented the son to the mother. But then Matthew 17, you have Jesus at the Mount of Transfiguration. And as he's coming down from the mountain, there's a man pleading on behalf of his son, who's also demon-possessed. And Jesus, without saying a word, without no rudeness, he just heals that man's son. And he says, this kind must come out by fasting and prayer. Jesus heals all these persons. And if you can say because she's a foreign woman, but no, John chapter 4 has Jesus crossing paths with a foreign Samaritan. This woman was a man who was a woman who liked men a whole lot. And Jesus still stopped on his journey to talk and minister to her. But this woman in Matthew 15 is pleading with Jesus for a healing. And she gets this type of treatment. How is it that Jesus can heal all those other persons, but this woman has to struggle and toil and work for it? Why is it that some of us have to take the stairs while others get the elevator? We can relate to this woman. Why is it that we have to work and toil and stretch and bleed and work for every single inch, but other folks just get that elevator and just smooths on up there? How is it that they get everything? God just seems to drop it in their lap just to gift it to them, give it to them from birth. How is it that they get the easy route while we have to toil every step by step and every single inch? Why is it that some get to go to college easy breezy with the parents paying tuition while you have to work through school, work several jobs, grind for every single grade, make the grades go to class while others just get the schools on by? I have to ask that question even in my own life, even in ministry. How is it that I have to work and toil and preach and study and go to school and have to grind for every single thing while others just can network their way in? Network their way, schools their way, hang out their way to engagements, to positions and opportunities. How is it that some get the elevator while we have to take the stairs? I can hear God speaking even to my own life. When you start to compare the way that he did things with others, pretty soon if you stay comparing for too long, you're going to end up complaining. You can't compare for too long, because if you compare for too long, you're going to drift off into complaining. But then I can hear God telling me this. If you really want to compare something, I want to ask you this question. Christopher Gore, which one of the blessings that I gave to you did you deserve? What thing did I do in your life that you earned? What gift did I give to you that you were worthy of? What forgiveness did you merit? What did you supposed to get? How many times have I forgiven you? Have I blessed you? Have I brought you up? Have I dusted you up? Did you earn it? You want to compare something? Start comparing where you are now versus where you was when I found you. Lord, we get into that issue of comparing. Lord, it should be this way. Lord, bless me this way. Lord, you taking care of them. But Lord said, where were you at when I found you? Look how far I brought you. Look what I've done in your life. Look at all the mess that I've cleaned up after you. All the sins that I've forgiven you. All the blessings that I've given you. Name one of them blessings that you deserve. It's so big on comparison. Compare that. Compare where you are now versus where you was when I found you. I learned in Sunday school that God is sovereign. That simply means this: God can do what he wants to do, when he wants to do it, to whom he wants to do it, however he chooses to do it. God is sovereign. He don't know none of us an explanation. He simply does whatever he wants to do, when he wants to do it, however he do it. Sovereign God. He pleads before this woman, and he says to her, I was not sent to the lost sheep of Israel. I was only sent to the lost sheep of Israel. In verse 27 and 28, then I'll let you go. But I don't want to skip these last two verses. Verse 27, this woman doesn't complain. She doesn't compare. She doesn't fuss. She just faiths. Verse 27, she says, yes, Lord. And I can stop right there. She just simply, yes, Lord. Whatever it is that you have given me, yes, Lord. Sometimes we just got to give God a simple yes. I'm not going to compare and complain, because truth be told, my good days outweigh my bad days. I'm simply going to say yes, Lord. Give God a yes on today. Yes, Lord. Whatever it is that you bless me with, yes, Lord. However you choose to fill my life, yes, Lord. I'm done complaining and comparing my situation to other people's situations. I'm just going to seek an affirmation and say, yes, Lord. However you choose to bless me, Lord, I'll be satisfied. Anything you want from me, yes, Lord. Anything you ask me to do, yes, Lord. Any which way you want me to go, yes, Lord. Anything you decide to give me, yes, Lord. God still wants a yes. And then she not only not compares and complains, she says, yes, Lord. Then she has these words. She says, even the dogs eat the crumbs that fall from their master's table. Then Jesus answered, and he said, woman, you have great faith. Great faith. May it be as you have said. And that's it. But if you read too fast, you can miss it. We get so caught up on that dog word that we miss what Jesus said after that. He called this woman great faith. A Gentile woman. A woman from a pagan territory. He called this woman great faith. Look at, and let's review the entire, and we can probably see what this woman was really saying. Somehow the exchange between her and Jesus worked out just fine, but here's why it worked out. It started off with this woman being ignored, number one. And at every single step of obstacle, she turns every step that's an obstacle into an opportunity. She was ignored by the disciples, so you know what she did? She kept on crying out all the more. They said, get this woman from behind her. She's crying out. You know what she did? She moved out in front of her. And every single step and obstacle that they put in her way, she used it as an opportunity to get even further. They said, she's crying out behind us. She said, I'll move in front of you. They say, they ignored her. She kept crying out all the more. She said, I was only sent to the lost sheep of Israel. She cried out and prostrated before the Lord and said, Lord, help me. You was only sent to the house of Israel, but I'm calling you, Lord, help me. And Jesus even said for the final obstacle, he gives her the answer that she don't want. He tells her that it's not good to give the children's bread to the dogs. And you know what she said? She
faith. You've got great faith.